Welcome. I'm gonna talk a little bit about opening moves for England in this movie, and I believe England is a relatively simple country to talk about the opening moves. I think the main choice for England involves the choice whether to occupy the Norwegian Sea or the English Channel, as you always occupy the North Sea in spring 1901 as England. Any move involving an occupation of the Norwegian Sea is a northern opening, and any move involving the occupation of the English Channel is either a southern opening or an anti-France opening. You can give that many names. So let's have a look at the northern openings. I think the advantage of the northern openings, occupying both the Norwegian Sea and North Sea, is that this will guarantee a British build in fall 1901. Worst case, what can happen? Your Russian neighbor moves its army from Moscow to St. Petersburg, which means in the fall it will have a unit bordering Norway. Now you are quite interested in Norway, playing England, but the fact that you have two fleets bordering Norway means you have a guaranteed build. Now in these northern openings there are two options for the army. It can either go to Yorkshire or it can go to Edinburgh. Edinburgh is riskier, if you ask me. The main reason for that is that, let's assume you have moved to Edinburgh, you can convoy either with Norwegian or with North Sea, but the downside is that France could have moved to the Channel. That means only your fleet in the North Sea can go back home and cover London. That's probably not what you're after. So if you move your army to Yorkshire, you can also have the army covering London and you have your fleet in North Sea to, let's say, do something else. Now if I resolve this very quickly, and let's say I'm moving Germany with a quite a standard opening as well, and France here as well, this will be the situation in fall 01. So here you have Norway, Moscow, move to St. Petersburg, you have your two fleets, and you can convoy to Norway, but you can also decide, because France is in the Channel, to move your army back to London, and use your fleets to attack Norway. It's a conservative opening, but it will work quite well. It will guarantee you one build, which, in my opinion, for England is sufficient. So now let's have a look at the other possibility you have, and that is all southern or anti-France openings. That means your fleets will now not go to Norwegian Sea, but only to North Sea with Edinburgh, and to London, the Channel. Now, if you negotiate it well, France will have moved to Mao, to mid-Atlantic Ocean, which means you have quite an interesting situation around Belgium in this scenario. Now, there's two things you can do with your army. You can move to Yorkshire again. Remember, this is the same as in the northern opening, which means North Sea is available to convoy it. You can also move it to Wales, though. Now, Wales is opening to Wales and the English Channel simultaneously is a very anti-aggressive French opening. Let's imagine France has moved to Burgundy, the Germans have occupied Ruhr, an opening like this. Let's resolve this quickly. In fall 1901 you end up in a situation where you have North Sea available to possibly attack Belgium, or just to take Norway. But you can also convoy your army Wales either to Picardy, to Belgium by the Channel, or even to Brest directly. So you put tremendous pressure on France. He's probably going to use his fleet Mao to cover Brest, although that's not a given. Some players make a guess. Some guess right, some guess wrong, because, well, if you manage to conquer Brest with your army in Wales already in 1901, yeah, you have France on its knees. It's not killed yet, but you'll get quite far. So yeah, those are basically the anti-France openings, all the ones that occupy the Channel. Now the other option is that you get a bounce in the Channel, which is quite possible, obviously. Now bounce in the Channel for England is not an ideal outcome, but I think you will be able to survive it, especially if you moved Edinburgh to the North Sea. You still have a reasonable shot in Norway, assuming the Russians have not occupied St. Petersburg. And I think as England you're almost destined to do this, because I believe England cannot really afford a French fleet on the Channel in spring 1901. That fleet of France has so many options. It can go to Irish Sea for a backdoor move to Liverpool. It puts pressure on the North Sea. It can put pressure on Belgium. There's so many options for it. You just don't want to do that. I do believe, however, that if you are in the Channel as England, you can also put pressure on Belgium, which might be what you want, it might not be what you want, but I think there are scenarios where that's also a good thing. However, France will take it as a war declaration. Good luck playing England, and I hope to publish soon some more of these simple movies.